Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1961 Olympia SM7 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and considered one of the best typewriters of all time, along with the other SM series from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And this is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75 to 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch down. It skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. It's absolutely beautiful. One of the best of all time, SM7. Very comparable to the SM9. Very nice print. This has Elite number 8. Prints 11 characters per inch, which is very common for Olympia. Not common for most typewriters. Most typewriters have either 10 or 12, so this is right smack in the middle. So it's a lot of people say it's a sweet spot. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now. Put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Tab on the top right. Right now I have tab set on 10 space intervals, but I'm just going to clear all of them by hitting this all clear tab, all tab clear. So now we don't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. So I just hit that set button to where I wanted it at the 30 mark, and it stops at that spot. To clear that specific tab, hit the clear button on the left side of the space bar. So now we don't have any, but I'm just going to set one again right there. Boom. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button. It does allow you to go all the way to the end. Very good. This is your carriage lock. This chrome lever here, you flip it up and move the carriage to the middle. It locks in the middle. So when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around causing any kind of damage to the internal components. Push it down to unlock it. That also on the SM7 will lock the keys and the shift. Backspace on the right side. Very good. Open the hood, all the brand new ribbon. This thing just comes completely off on the SM7. All the brand new ribbon was loaded on the left, so now it's mostly on the right. But if you want to switch the direction manually, you just flip the switch to the opposite side, it'll pull to that side. So I guess, I don't know, maybe it already reversed, but I loaded it all on this side. It's just been going back and forth on its own. And it does that when it gets to the end of the ribbon. It will swap. If you have eyelets at the end, it will catch on there and flip it just like that, and then send it back to that side over and over until the ribbon goes dry. If you don't have eyelets, which is a little metal piece at the end of the ribbon, just tie a knot near the end and it'll catch on there and swap back, so you don't have to manually do it once you get to the end. And if you get to the end and it's not reversing, you're going to have all kinds of problems. So if you're having weird problems with your typewriter, just go in there and check to make sure that one side isn't completely used up and not swapping back to the other side. Carriage release on both sides. Very smooth. This is your switchblade that I was saying earlier. This thing is made out of thin metal, so sometimes it'll get stuck in there. But it's really cool how that works. And if you push the button at the end of this knob here, it disables the spacing. That just needs a little bit of oil. Let's try that again. All right, here's a little free tip on how to fix that. So the ratchet is supposed to not spin with it. There we go. So you put a little oil in there and you hold the ratchet. There's just a little bit of gunk in there or something, and you can get it. So what that's supposed to do is this needs to work the oil in there, but when you pull it out, it turns the platen without having to navigate with the line space retention. And then also, if you do this, if you flip that back, it disables the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. Push it forward and you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.